I do not know what's going to happen today. I mean, I really do not even going to know I do not even know what I'm going to say next. Aren't you excited? I feel a lot more alive. It's my fault because I picked one of those topics that was working on me, and it wouldn't stop working on me. The topic was the gift of today's menu, from some reading I've been doing about, don't bring yesterday's menu to today. If you bring the menu for yesterday to your restaurant today, you are not going to get what there is, because you're reading, when the soup of the day was potato. And today, I don't know, salmon chowder. I am from Seattle. So it's really funny how not knowing what's going to happen is actually exciting and fun, as well as a little bit nerve-wracking. And here's what I want to do for all of us today. I want us to leave with the hopes and dreams that a 14-year-old girl will have about romance. Okay? And let me paint a picture. When I was 14, I definitely had lived enough life where I was blasé about certain things. And I pretty much did not like school and didn't go to school with any kind of, oh, what's going to happen today attitude or that kind of thing. But when I was 14, there were sock hops at Seattle Prep, which is all boys school. I went to Holy Names, which was all girls school. And every single sock hop I went to, it was a new dance, a new day. There could be romance. I would get ready. I think I would take 3 hours. I don't know how you can spend 3 hours getting ready, but when you're 14, you can. I think I would try on different clothes. I would do makeup. And anyway, and I remember that excitement about, like, this could be the dance. Who knows who's at the dance? Who knows who's going to ask me? And I and my girlfriends would go and we'd wait in the line to put our shoes, because it was really a sock hop because it was on the gym. So we would park our shoes and get a little ticket, and then the girls would stand around and the boys would stand around. And there was usually a live band in Seattle at the time. And we would just listen to music, and we'd kind of stand over here and talk to our girlfriends and look at the boys. At that time, I was not very brave, and I was never going to ask a boy to dance with me. Now, you put me in a sock hop, I'll ask anybody to dance, or I'll just get up and dance. But at the time, I was really hung into somebody had to ask me. And let me tell you, if I got asked to dance once, it was considered a good dance. I can't explain it. All I know is that I would go to those sock hops, and there might have been a night where I didn't get asked to dance, but I would still go back to the next one with undiminished dreams of romance. What if that guy, the one, asked me to dance? What if he kept asking me to dance? What if we danced all night and one of the priests had to come and shine the flashlight at us? Who knows? I mean, as I recall, I actually did have a few, not flashlight moments, but I did have a few moments where one cute guy asked me to dance, and we danced all the dances together. And then it turned out he was from another school, and I had to write him. But those were pretty good letters, that's all I can say. So just go with me for this. Suspend your disbelief and think about, what if you didn't know what was going to happen? You had no idea what was going to happen, and you were going to get your heart's desire today? You don't know, maybe in the next 5 minutes. There are so many spiritual teachers teaching us now. We're really lucky. There's many, many people writing things and teaching us things, and God is always sending us truth. All it is, the universe is going to keep sending us truth throughout history. And I have a question. Do you think God would only come once? That seems ridiculous. Why would God only come once? I want to talk about an idea called an anchor habit. I was reading something about, I think this happened to be about organizing yourself. And the concept of an anchor habit came up. Well, my best explanation for an anchor habit is you get up and you decide you actually will exercise. And then once you exercise, you're feeling good, so you don't eat a donut and you eat something a little healthy, eat some oatmeal instead. And then you make some good choices at lunch for healthy food, and then you have more energy, so you take a walk after work, and it's that kind of thing. So it's an anchor habit that causes a domino effect. Another anchor habit is you get up and you journal. You spend some time journaling, and since you've spent that time self-reflecting, then you have some compassion for yourself and some understanding for yourself, and you have some compassion for other people. And so then the first meeting of the day, you're kind and you listen, and you show up as a whole person, and then a whole lot of other good things happen. I'm hoping to have each of you ask yourself the question, what could be an anchor habit that would connect you to pure source more and more? What could be an anchor habit? What practice could I experiment with and then practice regularly that will create a shower of goodness in my life? Obvious, we talk about it all the time, meditating, checking in with the moment, and asking for help, believing help to be there. Those are the 3 things I came up with. And we will get to a little bit of practicing of those things later on. But I want to talk about what happened yesterday in one of the book groups I'm in. It's a Paul Selig book group, and I enjoy reading his material. It's really I feel it inspiring to me. Well, one of my friends in the book group was telling me about this movie he saw on Amazon Prime called Joshua. I don't know if you saw the movie, or like about 20 or 30 years ago there was a book called Joshua. And it was about what if Jesus came, or what if someone who was like Jesus came in modern times. And I watched the movie last night. Roland and I watched the movie. And it didn't have what I'd hoped for, but let me tell you what it did have. When my friend was telling me about the movie, and this is what made me want to watch it. He talked about, this is a movie where a guy comes to town, and his name is Joshua, and he's a carpenter, and everywhere he goes, people love him, and they connect to him, and he also causes a little trouble. In this movie version, he ended up, I don't know how, but he ended up seeing the Pope, and one priest wanted him to, I forget, it's not condemn, it's some word about, which I forgot the word, but it's like, censure him. He wanted the Pope to censure him, which is so completely absurd, because that would never happen in a million years. But then again, you don't know what's going to happen today, so maybe it could. My friend was talking about the effect the movie had on him, and the effect the movie had on him was, he said, I want to be that way. I want to be the way that wherever I go, I can be like that guy, Joshua, in the movie. Wherever I go, people, like I just see them really with the eyes of the Christ. I see them with so much love in my heart that whatever happens, I am this force for love and disruption. And I was so taken by his description of that I wanted it too. And the other thing I noticed I wanted to see that movie, and I wanted to see it and feel like there was a loving person in that movie that made me feel as if that was God's love incarnate in a human being. There have been books or movies or people who have brought that feeling out in me, where you feel that much love. And I noticed I wanted that. I think it's interesting. I love that my friend wanted to be that. And for whatever reason, yesterday, I wanted to feel that. And we both can do both things, right? Or we all can go for both of those things. Let me go back to the menu of the day. Do you see how much we harm ourselves by dragging our history along with us, our expectations of what happened before? When I started really working with that and said, wow, think how much different it feels if you don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. Amazing things can happen. If I show up here thinking, oh, it's just another Sunday, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, some people will be here I see, some people will be here I don't, and blah, blah, blah. And also I know how it's going to go, because then I feel comfortable. I know exactly how it's going to go. And meh, right? But if I show up today or tomorrow or this afternoon, and I really, really think, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's going to be there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be present. Maybe something scary is going to happen. Maybe someone might get mad at me, and I'm going to have to be able to be present to that. That sounds like some exciting growth. Maybe something wonderful is going to happen. Maybe someone's going to write that check for $1 million. Who knows? I hope the people who are counting the money today are really excited about it. Who knows what's going to be in that basket? I don't recognize every single person here. Who knows, right? I don't even always recognize this person here in the mirror. Like, I think I do, but how much more fun is it if I don't? If I show up and I don't know who I'm going to be. I let the moment inform me. Well, here's what we're going to do to invite Joshua or Jesus in so that we can feel the presence and we can be the presence. It's a practice. It's a spiritual practice. It's called compassionate abiding. We'll do this together for it'll take 3 or 4 minutes. And there's some directions to it. And by the way, all noise is good noise because you never know what's going to happen, right? The practice of compassionate abiding is a practice during meditation. Of visualizing compassionate beings of love, showering one with love and compassion. And we'll send some out to Alice. So here's the directions. If you have a notepad in front of you, you might want to grab it. And if you think you could, if you remember everything, like if you can remember 3 things, okay, you don't have to write anything down. But if you can, get it. So here's what this practice is. You're going to, you yourself, you need to find 3 benefactors. And this is how I'm going to help you find 3 benefactors. There's 3 kinds of benefactors. One kind of a benefactor is like Jesus or Buddha, a very holy, somebody who's holy, or Kuan Yin, or God, the Father, God the Mother. A being of light. Write one down. Write a couple down. This is for your team, for compassionate, for benevolence. Then the next kind of benefactor is somebody who might be alive, or a historical figure who you think is a loving person. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, the Dalai Lama, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Mother Teresa, Pema Chodron, maybe Marianne Williamson. Maybe there's somebody who writes, Eric Butterworth. Maybe there's a minister or somebody you know who represents a loving, compassionate person. Who you want on your team? Think of that person. One or 2 people. If you have a lot, that's awesome. Then the third one. The third one is maybe the most important. I want you to think of a real person in your life who loved you. Maybe it was your grandma who loved you every day, or your mom, or your dad, or your big sister, or your younger brother. Somebody. Maybe it was somebody who just loved you once. I have a cute little story my mom told me. She said when I was born, and I was in the nursery, because that was a long time ago, and you put babies in the nursery, there was a nurse who really liked me. She told me about that, and for some reason, I always remembered that. And I felt like there was somebody who met me when I was born and loved me. So it was a nice, sweet little thought for me. So sometimes I stick this nurse in as one of my benevolent people. If you need someone, if your brain doesn't work and come up with someone, pick your guardian angel. We talked about guardian angels last week. So suspend your disbelief and believe in a guardian angel. Or maybe you do believe. Pick your guardian angel. Some being of light who loves you all the time. So when you have your people, have your beings, this is the fun part. There's 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is receiving love, and part 2 is basking in the love and merging with the oneness. So envision these people. Envision your benefactors, at least 3 benefactors around you. The power of the mind is awesome, and the power of intention is a force. So as you visualize these people, please know that these beings are with you. This room just got more full. Bring these people to mind and close your eyes and rest and imagine their smiling faces before you. Envision them sending you the wish of love, the wish for your deepest well-being, happiness, and joy. You see these people before you, and you gently open your heart to their wish of love. Imagine their wish as a gentle radiance. It's a soft shower of healing rays. Feel your whole body and mind bathed in the tender radiance. Every bit of you, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Bask in the loving energy of that wish for love for you. Trust it. Just trust the wish of love. The wish of love that they radiate. the simple wish for your well-being and happiness. As other thoughts or feelings arise, just let those feelings be enveloped in the loving luminosity. No matter who you think you are, what you think you deserve, just toss those thoughts away. Accept the benefactor's wish of love for your deepest happiness. Trusting this wish more than any limiting thoughts. Receive this wish into your whole being. Let yourself rely upon this love, the goodness it comes from, and the goodness it meets in your heart. May this one have deepest well-being, happiness, and joy. That's what your benefactors are saying. Let that sink in. May this one have deepest well-being, happiness, and joy. Affirm the words repeatedly in your mind. Finally, let go into oneness. Just feel the radiance. The faces are fading into light. Deeply let and allow the gentle, luminous wholeness envelop you. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy the love. Enjoy the oneness. And as you open your eyes, and breathe easy and free. Remember, you can do this anytime you want. If you want some further instructions, I'll put it on the website. It's also a really nice thing to do for someone else, to lead someone else in this meditation. Help them go through it. Remind them, help them pick their benefactors. It'd be really sweet to do with some kids, help them pick the benefactors and lead them in it. And try as hard as you can to let go of yesterday's menu. Okay? Just let go of what you thought it was going to be like. Let go of that last time you went to the sock hop. I want everybody to open their hearts and think about whatever the metaphorical sock hop for you is. Whatever you're wanting, romance, career, whatever you want, joy in everyday life, and hope for it as if you were a 14-year-old girl getting ready for the dance. Let's take an offering for unity. I invite you to take your tithe, your gift, to support this center and get it out. If you, like me, you take your credit card and you go in the next room and slide it through the machine and you just hold your hand like this.